We're here right now at Tuckamore Lodge in Newfoundland, Canada. You know, Josh coming out of Ohio, me coming out of Virginia. We met up in Toronto, which is an interesting airport. We were delayed about an hour coming out of the States into Toronto, and then because of all the rain and storms. So the drive up here was actually quite interesting. We went through some mountainous areas of the national park, pretty steep terrain, wilderness, all pine. Then we got into the coastal area outside of the park and just followed the coast all the way up. We stopped at one of the national parks. It's called the Arches. So there's these natural stone arches made in the ocean. All the rocks are perfectly round coming up on the coast. There's no sand, it's just all rock beach. And then there was these two huge formation arches that the water would come up through and splash. And then, so it's just beautiful area to stop about halfway up the trip. So just a great time there and driving up. After that, it was pretty much follow the coast all the way up. It's about a 4 to 5 hour drive up here to the top of the island here on this peninsula, where it's beautiful. Yeah, we're definitely out here. There's nothing really around except for beautiful nature and a couple moose and some bears. On the back of the main lodge, there's 3 guest rooms that the hunters stay in with double queen beds, bathrooms, almost like suites, which we have and that we're staying in. And the accommodations are just great. 5-star accommodations, beautiful log home. So there's the main lodge. I think it's got 9 or 10 rooms on the inside, kind of like a bed and breakfast feel. Log cabin, mounts on the wall, animal pictures. Big great room with couches and TV, gas fireplace, big wraparound windows. You can see this beautiful lake out of it, and just the lodge is beautiful. It's impeccable. There's no dust, there's no dirt, really organized and beautiful. The water's clean and fresh. There's everything that you need here. The food is amazing. We've had nothing but great food. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinner served, twice throughout the, 2 different time frames throughout. They mix it up every day. Coming up here to Tuckamore Lodge has just been a dream. It's just beautiful. Bring your family. If you have that opportunity and that luxury, they can hang out, relax. You can go fishing, boating, sightseeing. You can come hunting. You can pretty much hiking, do whatever you want, or you can just hang out in the lodge or out here in these chairs and just enjoy and relax. Family friendly, and they'll go out of the way for you to do anything. Just really great people here. So I can't say enough about this place and just what it is. It's worth everything so far coming out here. So feel free, come out here to Tuckamore Lodge, Newfoundland, Canada. They got a ton of moose, ton of bear, ton of caribou. Not many predators up here. That's pretty much all they have, so you don't have to really worry about too much going out there. The guides take great care of you, and they really work hard to put you on game. So feel free, if you come out here and you book a hunt, you don't really have to worry about too much. They take care of everything for you, so don't hesitate to come out to the lodge.
And after that first night, we kind of got settled in, got to the lodge, looked around, got our stuff unpacked in our rooms. And then the very first morning's hunt, which was totally unexpected, was when Paul shot his moose. And it was a pretty incredible hunt to be on the opposite side of the bow than the shooter. I was the cameraman that hunt.
So the first morning of the hunt, Monday morning, we got up around 4 o'clock, got ready, met up with the guide, Junior. He took us out to our first spot to hunt. So we came out of the lodge about, I would say, 6 miles or so. And then made a left down a dirt road, went in about another 4 or 5 miles. Misty morning, cool, about 14, 15 degrees Celsius. Just really kind of a moosey morning. So we stopped, we pulled off the side of the road, and there was this trail that went down. They call them holes here, but basically it's a flooded field area that's got a pond in the middle, and then during heavy rains or winter and spring they fill up all the way, but now it's just all green grass, a lot of mints, a ton of fresh mint in the fields, wooded around the outskirts. I'd probably say this hole was, I don't know, 10, 15 square miles, maybe more. So when we're walking in the dark, we had about a 300-yard walk down the trail. Guide in front, me second, Josh with the camera behind us, and we couldn't really get too much film because it was still dark, but we got to the edge of the field, and off to our right, about 100 yards, we had two bull moose, just grazing in the field, eating on the trees. So we sat there for about 20 minutes trying to get a little lighter, and they were just there hanging out, and we decided to put a stalk through, so we backed up about 100 yards up the trail and went through the woods and made kind of a loop around. But with the three of us, I think they heard us. So by the time we got out to the field, they have crossed the field up a little knoll to the left. We cut across the field pretty quick through this ravine, went up the other side, and when we got up to the other side, we spooked a cow that was bedded there that we didn't see. She kind of looked at us, said, "Holy crap," and kind of skated off. And then we got down low and waited, and then we finally saw the moose over to the right in front of us about 150 yards, and we were able to put a stalk in on them.
How far it is from that? Yeah. Keep your eyes on. You see it comes up to the stop. Stand up. Range 43. 50. Put it up again, my friend. There's one with him. There's one with him. Look at the other one. The other one. Get it again. Hold on.
But these two bull moose were nice, both in velvet, huge 14, 16 point moose, great palmation. We just got lucky on day one that they were there.
And it was just really neat to be the cameraman in that situation because I got to get the whole thing on film. I got to watch his first shot. I got to range for him and kind of be there with him as it was happening. And so it was just a lot of fun.
Could be 5 gallons of blood in them.
Yeah, there.
They come out. Oh, yeah. So you can get it. That's where he came through here.
Yep. Right here. Here's his track right here. See where that white tree is? Went to the right of that tree and then stopped, and then I heard a crash, and then that was it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Come over that way. got yours, didn't you?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Palm bunny.
Yep.
Look at that.
Nice job, Paul. What do you think?
Nice job, man.
What a shot.
He's a giant.
What a beautiful moose.
Shot a huge bull velvet moose, beautiful coloration, has like a modeling color on the velvet itself. Just an awesome hunt you get to experience here that we had for this moose the first day we were there, and it all happened within the first hour. So within an hour and a half, Paul had a moose on the ground. Actually, it was a little bit longer than that because we had to track it and so forth. And they quartered it, and we used the Argo to get it out of there.
I forgot.
First morning was just really awesome, just a great morning. First hunters in the woods on the opening week of the season, and it was just a great show.
And at that first night, it was, what do we do? You know, Paul shot his moose the first day, within the first hour, the first day we had it processed and in the cooler. And at that point, I decided to might as well get a bear tag and hunt some black bear. I never shot one before. And so at that point, they started putting bear bait out in the evenings. And we sat a few evenings, didn't see a whole lot because they hadn't had bear bait out before we got there because I wasn't expecting to hunt a bear. And then one evening, one of the bear baits had been hit. And so we knew that there was a good bear in the area.
Alright guys, so we're here in Newfoundland and currently sitting over bear bait. I'm going to show you here if you can hear me. So down there we have the GoPros right there. That's a wireless Bluetooth GoPro Hero 11 actually, and then there's a bear bait. But we've been here about an hour or two. And obviously I'm shooting Paul's Prime Revics with Clovis on the end. And it's been a lot of fun here in Newfoundland. We've got a moose on the ground already. And I'm after a bear. Guy's not far from me. I'm hunting solo in the stand tonight, but the guy's not real far from me. And we've got some bear scat over here. And then when we got here, that drum was flipped over and they had eaten the goodies inside. So we're gonna go ahead and sit here this evening and see what happens. But it looks like a good situation and really good potential for seeing a bear here in Newfoundland. So see what happens.
And I just bought this new GoPro Hero 11 Black and turned all the functions off on it that might make any noise, but I forgot to shut the LED light off on the front of the camera. And I had it out by a bear bait drum, and huge boar came in, probably pushing 400 pounds, just appeared out of nowhere because between the moss there, the wet ground, and their big paws and their pads, you can't hear them at all. They just appear. They're just there. And so you have to be really on your toes when you're hunting. Usually it's in the first, I'd say, last hour, about last light, last hour is when they're going to show up. And they're going to hit that bear bait. But they love popcorn. They love maple syrup, of course, vanilla extract. And when that bear showed up, the first one, all I remember thinking in my head was, I am 3 feet off the ground in a wooden stand. That thing is 400 pounds and absolutely huge. A little scary at first, but I kind of calmed down, and he kind of made a circle, and he's winding everything. He wasn't real sure about the bear bait, and we think he may have been a bear that was shot before there with an arrow in the shoulder. He was just really hesitant to come in. And when I saw his nose poke out, I should have gone full draw at that point, but I didn't. I was waiting on him to be patient. He came out completely broadside 20 yards. I should have been at full draw then, because I probably could have, made a whistle or something and had him stop, but he just really finicky the whole time. I wanted him to stop and him to make the decision. And then when he got up to the bear bait, he must have in his peripheral saw the blinking red LED and just turned 90 and went off into the timber. And I couldn't figure out what happened because he didn't go to the bait. And so later when I realized it was that red light, it was a good learning experience for me with the bear. And then little did I know, but a few days later I would get a chance at a bear. But then in between then, Paul's uncle had hunted moose, and his time was up and he was heading home. And we realized that the moose tag was transferable to myself to continue hunting. And so at that point, I called my wife back here home in Ohio, and I said, "Hey, honey, you want to fly to Newfoundland and bring some more broadheads with you, and come up and join me for another week of hunting?" And so she did. And she flew up there as quick as she could, and got some more broadheads. And I was using Paul's prime bow. It's his 80-pound bow, and so I wasn't totally used to the bow, but I got comfortable shooting it up there. And now I have my own. They're just super smooth, fast-shooting bow. Can't wait to start using it tomorrow here in Ohio as the whitetail season opens up here in Ohio for us. We're just doing this interview now, and it's been a couple weeks since I've been in Newfoundland. But just reflecting back on how beautiful that place is, the people were awesome. The lodge is absolutely 5-star. The meals were incredible, out of this world. Moose meat is probably some of the best meat I've ever had on the planet. Moose stew, barbed, is phenomenal. Every single thing they made was really, really good. So if you're looking for great eats, a fantastic lodge, a really adventurous hunting experience, Tuckamore Lodge is the place to go. I had one chance at a spot and stock moose, and my guide and I got a little confused with the yardage. He was behind me, and I didn't realize he was 15 yards behind me when he gave me the range, and I shot high. And they're not super used to archery hunters there. They're usually used to rifle hunters. So when it comes to archery, of course, the range is really important. And I didn't double check to make sure that he was with me before I shot for that yardage. And unfortunately hit the cow moose a little high. But unbelievably huge animals. I had a great experience hunting them. Didn't get a moose this trip for myself, but we'll be back for sure. And then last night I was there. It was kind of a dark, rainy night. And last evening I sat and didn't put my rain jacket on because there was a cover, a little bit of a roof over the stand I was in. And the bait had been hit that day, so we knew it was freshly hit. And I was sitting there, and it was getting to be last hour. Again, I'm trying to get used to the bear coming in super late. And I kind of look up, and about 110 or so yards off, I saw this flash of black fur across an opening. And I just immediately got ready at that point because I knew one was going to come in. Had a really good bear come in, probably around a little over 300 pounds, not as big as the one before I saw, but it was the last night, last day, last hunt, and when it came in, it was going straight to the bait from right to left at about 25-30 yards when I picked it up. And when it made it to the bait, I was already at full draw. I had my pin settled. I was not waiting this time. I was going to let go as soon as I had a great shot opportunity. And thankfully the bear actually walked up completely broadside to the bait. Didn't really stop, so I was just, I was holding and hovering my pin on it until it decided to stop and pause. And luckily it took a step with its right leg and kind of opened up a quartering away shot. And I just let go at that point in time, and it was 17 yards away. The arrow blew through the bear, no problem. The bear took off, and I lost track of where it went. And then I actually had to get down because I let it go, and I'm looking around and don't see it. And at that point, after about 15-20 minutes, it started getting darker, dimmer. And I decided, well, it's time to get down and see what's going on and kind of take note of the situation. That's what we need to do, because tracking a bear in the dark of night is not a lot of fun for anybody, especially if it was just wounded or not dead yet, of course. But I got down and I didn't actually even look for the bear. I went straight to my guide in the truck where he told me to go. I told him I thought I made a really good shot. He asked me if I saw it go down. I said no, I wasn't sure where it went. And we walked back in, and little did I know, that bear was dead, laying 10 yards from where I shot it. It went around the side of the tree and piled up, and I saw it right away. Didn't have to track it or anything. It only went 10 yards. Clovis did a great job, blew right through it. Huge entry-exit hole. It entered behind the shoulder, went through both lungs, came out this front right shoulder, and blew a huge hole coming out through the front right shoulder. And like I said, it expired within 10 yards. So I was really happy to efficiently take that bear. I was excited to get an opportunity to moose in Newfoundland. Couldn't believe Paul's situation the first day. We had literally 4 shooter bull moose all around us that first morning. Just an incredible lifelong experience, and I can't thank Paul enough for inviting me along the trip. I can't thank Barb, my wife, and I can't thank the hostess, and the mentality of Tuckamore Lodge. They just are going to make it a great hunt for everybody involved. So I want to thank everybody for that. I want to thank you for the time that we spent at Tuckamore Lodge, and I'm sure we'll be back someday, because I'd definitely like to continue to try to get a moose one of these days here.